thought I recorded myself putting my yogurt bowl together, but apparently I started recording when I went to get my kids to wake up for school. So I had a little bit of coconut yogurt with flaxseed and banana, and then the turkey sausage. Grab number 3. So count in 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. Yep. What's in there? Whoops. Who's that guy? Good morning, guys. I figured I'd actually hop on and chat now. It's harder than you'd think to vlog the breakfast, pack lunches, whole shebang. Because I feel like I just jump from one task to the next. But hopefully that made sense on how this morning flowed. I just got back from taking the boys to their in-person learning. Boo. I'm gonna make myself an Element hot chocolate now. I just boil water and I do half a packet of Element in my cup because I find a full packet, unless I'm doing it in my Yeti, which is a bigger cup, just to be a bit much. So I'm gonna do the caramel hot chocolate. Just a second, sweetie. And then I'm going to, not till I work out. Then I'm gonna get myself cozy by the computer, and I need to do my recertification for my precision nutrition cert. So I'm gonna do that quick test. Hope it doesn't take too long. You want hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate milk.
Yeah, I can maybe make you one. So I'm gonna get that done and then work out and see where the rest of the morning takes me. All recertified. Got that done. It actually took me a little bit longer than I thought. It's crazy, like some of the questions how you're just like, wow, I gotta go review that because it's just such a technical little thing. But it's also funny how every time I crack open that book, more and more like clicks and makes sense that maybe the first time when I was studying was kind of like, wow, I'm just gonna retain that for the moment and then it's not gonna stick. But or maybe I didn't fully grasp it, and now certain things that I'm like, okay, actually, like this is making more sense just from years of like continuing to learn and dive deeper into things. And like, yeah, so always good to review. Kind of makes me want to sit down and reread a few chapters as well, just with that mindset of like rereading often just illuminates things that maybe didn't stick out to us or didn't matter as much to me the first time around, like certain things health-wise that I'm dealing with now, they just jump out at you more as you're reading the book. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to do a workout. I ended up getting rid of the Pilates app I had because it was really expensive. It was like $30 to $35 a month or something crazy. So I got rid of that and I ended up getting Caroline Girvan's app. I've mostly stuck to her YouTube channel just because it's free, but I wanted to do her iron series that she has on her app just for something different. And she's releasing some fun Christmas workouts right now too that are a little bit shorter. So I'm thinking some days I might tack one of those on after an iron workout, because iron workouts are generally about 30 minutes. So then I usually either go on my bike for like a low impact ride for 15 to 20 minutes or add abs or whatever. But so that's what I'm gonna do next. 15 minutes of bottle ride. Woo. Okay, lunch is simple. Chicken breast, avocado, salt and pepper, and an apple. I will admit, I have not been like a lifelong friend of, or like fan of avocado. I've kind of learned to like it. It's like been an acquiring of taste because it's a great source of potassium and healthy fats. And so I'm just being an adult about it and choosing to like it. I just kind of mush it up and eat it with my chicken. Not quite at a place of just eating it on its own, but it's pretty tasty like this. Add some moisture to my chicken as well. Okay, I attempted to pull my hair out of the clip and see if I could revive it, but it was not going to happen. I'm not a dry shampoo girl. I don't know, I feel like it's just one more thing to have to look for a non-toxic swap, and any that I've tried, honestly, I haven't loved anyway. It just makes my hair feel worse. So we're going like this today. Tomorrow's hair wash day. I have been trying to get as much last minute cleaning and tidying as possible done before I have to go back and get the boys. Yeah. All day I've just been like thinking as I'm vlogging. I'm kind of having one of those days where, I don't know, I'm just kind of like doubting what the heck I'm even doing. I'm having a hard time because I haven't really told anyone I'm doing this. Like anyone that I know, haven't shared it on Instagram, nothing. I'm kind of just over here in my own little bubble, vlogging to the, 10 people that come across my video. And I think a part of me is hoping that maybe that will be enough, that the right people are gonna come by and they're gonna find it and they're gonna relate to the content I share, and it's kind of just gonna become its own little community. And there's a level of fear for sure at the idea of telling the community I already have online. I don't know. It definitely makes me feel more vulnerable because I haven't had a strong online presence in a while. We're just gonna sit and chat for a second. This is not gonna work. I went through a season where I did my precision nutrition course, and I was like so excited to take on clients and had big dreams of building like a fitness business, or at least nutrition side of things, like sports nutrition, and very macros based. I still just have so much love for that, and I feel like I was able to help so many women that I did work with like gain a better understanding for how to get enough protein and how to eat for fuel and not just for to shrink yourself. And I've done so much growth in food and all that over the years too, as far as like, I know that I'm an emotional eater. This is just something that I've had to work at, surrendering to the Lord and, differentiating the difference between like where I am emotionally eating versus where I need to, how do I explain this? Versus where I'm trying to control food too much and need to let go in a moment and say, eat the chocolate cake, because otherwise I'm getting too perfectionist on like not eating the chocolate cake. Does that make sense? Like there's this balance, right? Because when you're an emotional eater, and I don't even want to label myself that, but I tend to make decisions around food based on my feelings. And whether that's like, I'm happy, you want to celebrate, and so I want to eat, and I also love cooking, and I love like food. I'm a foodie, but how all these things come together can be interesting. And I've been trying to kind of navigate that through the years, is like, how does being a foodie come together with like the fitness side of me and the side of me that just like wants to be very consistent and wants to be healthy and wants to be disciplined is the word I'm looking for. But then where can that become where it becomes an idol, like the discipline and the fitness is who I am and the macros are who I am, becomes an idol and becomes like an identity. And so I've wrestled with that through the years of like, well, maybe there's no place for macros and like tracking in my life. But then maybe there is, because there's times where not tracking feels unhealthier than tracking. And so it's been I do think so much of this is individual. So like some people tracking is extremely helpful for and actually freeing for. And there have been seasons of my life where it's the most freeing thing I can do. And then there's been seasons where I've had to put it down and go off of more of an intuitive approach, because I needed to practice that and practice like not giving into those emotions and being like, well, I feel like eating X, Y, and Z right now, and I feel like downing a whole bag of mini eggs and whatnot. And so it's just been like, it is, I mean, it sounds cheesy and like people are always like my health journey, but like it's not linear, like, and it's not one size fits all. And some decisions I've had to make based on health issues that I've been having. And so I've had to be a little bit restrictive in certain areas, like currently cutting out gluten and most grains. It's not a weight loss tactic. It's not a quick fix tactic. It's not I just want to restrict and feel in control. It's actually like, hey, is this what my body needs right now? And can I give it a fair shot? Because I can very quickly, when I start something and not see results right away or feel results right away, I can very quickly let the emotions take over and be like, well, guess that's not going to work. And I don't feel like, pushing through. And so I'm just going to go back to eating wheat or, I don't know. All that to say, I'm finding myself hesitating today on what to say about food and what to say about fitness and delivering apples. Because I don't want to put myself in a box on this channel, because I do still believe that there's a place for what I have to offer in the nutrition space. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know when that looks like happening, because the reason that I stopped was because of my kids, was because I just felt like I needed to be more present. I was kind of at this teeter-totter stage of I either pushed and I devoted everything to building that business and serving my clients, or I pulled back and I served my family. And so for this season, that's kind of where I landed. And I think ultimately, like, God's teaching me so much about nutrition and deep health and all of that when I can come back as some form of coach, if that's where he leads me in the future, I feel like through this season, he's teaching me so much, and I'll come back as a healthier, more well-rounded coach when and if that happens, Lord willing or not. That's kind of my heart behind that. So when I share food, when I share nutrition, I hope that comes across. And I hope that in general on this channel, like, it never makes you feel inadequate. It never makes you feel like I've got it all together over here, because I don't. And I really want you guys to see that. My house is a mess half the time. My basement is a disaster a majority of the time. And every once in a while I snap and throw all my kids' toys in the garbage. But like, my kids' rooms, I'm struggling to get my kids to like learn how to pick up properly and maintain their rooms in a tidy way. And like, Like, I'm not super mom. I have, yeah, I love to cook, so you'll see me in the kitchen a lot. I know not everybody loves to cook, so it doesn't make you a worse wife or mom if the kitchen isn't where you spend most of your time. There's probably some other area of your home that you're phenomenal at that I suck at. So yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to share that part a little bit. And some of the things that I'm kind of wrestling with, because I just don't want to present myself in a way that comes across like everybody else online, trying to, you know, put your best foot forward all the time and create this illusion like life's so perfect, and you know, my kids like everything I eat or make and whatnot, and it's just like, that's not reality. I leave my kitchen messy on a Sunday morning just to get to church on time, and sometimes I don't vacuum my floor for 3 days because I chose to sit down and read my kid a book instead. Yeah, the things are very real around here. Okay, I'm done on my little soapbox, or whatever that was. We're gonna go pick up kids from school, and then come home and make steak dinner. I do need to clean the garage. Okay, it's probably 2 hours till we eat supper, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna have a piece of the chicken and probably finish my daughter's apple that she did not finish, just for a little snack to get me through. Okay, here's supper. Steak. I feel like it's not gonna be the most tender steak ever. It's sirloin. Can be hit or miss, but it'll still be delicious. Flaky sea salt. Yum.